Hello everyone, welcome back to more Let's Glitch Super Mario World. I meant to go down there, but whatever, that works. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up Donut Secret House and get the regular exit here. Oh my god, I didn't mean to pick up running speed there. Wow, how did I not make it through that? Yeah, you can fit in between the boos if you're careful. Although I guess their hit detection is kind of finicky. Like obviously it's hard to do because they're moving. But either way, even if you get like a really good angle, sometimes you can still get hit even though it doesn't look like you should. Alright, whatever. There we go. So what I did there was, you can throw items through steep slopes like that, and so I hit the side of the block with the P-switch like that. Just kind of a silly thing you can do. Obviously I can't collect the 1-up from there unless I somehow like glitch through the slope, which I think technically you can do even without a cape, if you get like a really precise spin jump and have like a certain amount of speed or something, I don't know. But I'm not gonna bother trying to show that. So, and then obviously here you don't actually need to collect the coins beforehand because you can just jump through from underneath and open the door like that. Anyway, so that's Donut Secret House. That's about all I'm gonna do there. Not really a whole lot to show, but whatever. I meant to finish that in the last video anyway. So next up, I guess I'm gonna repower up at the top secret area. Hopefully that doesn't become a theme, but it might. I always like to have a variety of power-ups, you know, especially because I want a cape for the next area, so I like to have a cape and then a flower in reserve just in case, and you know, obviously Yoshi's always good to have as well. So next we're gonna go to Star World 1. We're not gonna do all of Star World right now, but eventually we will, but not yet. So this is just the first one. I'm not gonna get that mushroom because I want to keep my flower. So this level's kind of glitchy because there's obviously giant chunks of these breakable turn blocks. If you spin jump on them as Super Mario, obviously you can break them. But also, if you mount Yoshi after you start your spin jump, you can still break them, even though the animation looks kind of glitchy. Like, you can see Mario's cape is obviously still twirling because I'm hitting the blocks on the side, but the animation for his cape looks kind of glitchy when he's riding Yoshi, so it doesn't actually look like it's twirling. And there's a limit to how many blocks can be hit at one time, like spinning at one time, as you can see with turn blocks. There's only 4 of these, like, bounce sprite slots, I guess. So only 4 turn blocks can be active at a time. And because of that, you can actually do some silly stuff. Well, for one thing, whether or not you have Yoshi, you can use this to your advantage by hitting the blocks on the side of you and, like, entering inside of them. Oh my god. Well, you can kind of see what I was going at there. You can kind of zip through the blocks downward like that by like entering them from the side, and then they'll actually sometimes close on top of you, which like forces you through the floor. And you can actually use that to save time if you zip through the floor correctly, although you don't want to kill yourself by getting crushed in the wall like that. Anyway, did I do this in the right spot? No. Okay, I don't want to activate the secret exit, but let's see if I can... Okay. Please, there we go. Alright, get rid of the key, I guess. Oh my god, yeah, no. Whoa! That's not what I was trying to do, but yeah, these blocks, even without a cape, they're pretty finicky, because, they can't actually crush you, because when you go inside of a turn block, it, you just, hit it, you just like activate it, and you can only get crushed if both your head and your feet are inside of a solid object at the same time. So a lot of times you'll just get pushed around inside the blocks, but you won't actually get crushed. And yeah, it's kind of silly. You always get pushed to the left in this game and not to the right, if you're like trapped inside of a block like that, but you're not being killed. Anyway, I don't really know the layout for this level by heart very well, in terms of like the little dugout areas, where like the bonus stuff is. But I think there's Paracoopas around here. There we go, they're there. Yeah, It's good if you have the star power. I think I want to get Yoshi. It's a red Yoshi, although that probably won't matter. Let's see if I can get that Starman. No. Starman's gonna despawn. Please. Okay, did it despawn? I don't know. Stuff, once again, this is a vertical level, so stuff despawns vertically rather than horizontally. Can I get up there? Whatever, screw it. Just eat Koopas, I don't really care. I think I got a double eat there. Hang on. There we go, there's the last 2 Koopas I need. There. Oh, I only need 1 more. Okay. Right, so... we're gonna go ahead and do that level again and get the secret exit. But I want to have Yoshi... Whoa. I felt something on my arm. I want to have Yoshi because there's something I can show with that that's kind of silly. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back in and get the secret exit. Oh yeah, here with the mushroom. I showed before how you can double eat stuff by collecting it off of his tongue, like after... Oops. How did I screw that up, really? You can collect stuff when it's on Yoshi's tongue to kind of dupe it. Please, okay. Stand here. There we go. No! Really? This is not going well. Please, I just want 2 mushrooms. This isn't hard. You just press the spin jump and then tongue button at the same time, and then hold forward. There we go. So yeah, you get 1 mushroom when you touch it, and then another mushroom when his tongue reaches his mouth, since the game thinks the mushroom's still supposed to be there. So it kind of like dupes it. Oh my god, that's not what I meant to do. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get the secret exit here. But I'm gonna show something if I can with these. Yeah, okay, so, yes, there we go. So yeah, with the key, it's a lot easier to do that glitch, assuming they're in the correct sprite slot. You can do that glitch really easily just by setting the 2 sprites in front of each other and then jumping on them at the same time. It's much easier than with like a P-switch. But anyway, so I think Glitch Reaper showed this to me. If you stick out Yoshi's tongue while you're holding the key like this, in front of the keyhole, it actually activates the keyhole. And I'm not entirely sure why that happens. I assumed that it's because, like, when you stick out Yoshi's tongue, the key is close enough to his face that the key actually latches onto his tongue. But it's also in Mario's hands. So every other frame, the key is switching between Yoshi's tongue and Mario's hands. So when Yoshi's tongue overlaps the keyhole, it thinks that the key is overlapping the keyhole, but it also thinks that the key is in Mario's hands, which means that it thinks that Mario carried the key into the keyhole, so it activates the keyhole. I don't know, it's kinda weird. But, that's what I thought was going on, but then I tried the glitch again in a different level, I think Donut Plains 1, and it didn't work, so I don't really understand it. Maybe there's some sort of frame rule involved, like certain frames, there's no interaction with the keyhole or something, depending on like sprite slots and things like that. I don't really know, but anyway, we're done with Star World 1, so let's go ahead and... I actually don't want a red Yoshi. I should have thought about that. But yeah, I don't want a red Yoshi for this next level, because I don't want him to spit fireballs. Here we go. Okay. Ironically, in a nice level, I actually don't want fireballs. I want a green Yoshi. So there's some silly stuff you can do here in Donut Secret 2, so let's see what I can do. I don't want to waste too much time, because you only get 300 seconds in this level, and it takes a bit of time to set up what I want to do. But, here's one of these little coin trail things that you can control. It keeps going until I think either you hit the limit, which is like the time limit, which I think is 63 coins, or if it hits another tile, like another coin or a wall or something. I'm not sure how many coins I got there. I'm sure somebody will count. Some guy will count. Anyway, I want this shell. And did I just clip through that springboard, or are my eyes seeing things? I don't know. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep going. Ignore that. Oh my god, please, get back here. I need you. Oh my god. That was bad. No, I need Yoshi, and I need the shell. I really should not count that death, but at the same time, I don't want to waste time doing this over again. For the sake of the video and for the sake of my sanity. I don't know. Anyway, let's go. So, oh my god, get over here. Okay, drop the shell. Now I'm gonna kill these guys. But I want the shell back, please. This is not going well. Okay, this block here actually contains another Starman if you make it all the way here with your first star power, which is hard to do, kind of, but I don't know, you can make it. But otherwise it just contains a coin. Anyway, so let's not waste time talking about that. So, I actually want to fly up here. So that's springboard at the beginning of the level. Remember that, because it'll be important. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the shell here. I'm going to scroll the screen left. And I'm going to drop down where the shell was. Is it still there? Yes, it is. Okay, good. So, basically, they, whoa, there we go, perfect. So, if you look carefully, there are 7 Paracoopas right there. Then there's the shell, the green shell in front of me. Then there's Yoshi, and then there's the springboard at the beginning of the level, which is actually a persistent sprite, meaning that it's still taking up a sprite slot, even though it's off screen. And all of those sprites combined are actually using up all 10 sprite slots, which means there's the entire limit is filled, and there's no room for the gold tape to spawn. So when the gold tape comes on screen, there's not going to be any sprite slot for it to go into. So most sprites, if there's nowhere for them to spawn, then they just won't spawn. But the gold tape is actually special, and if there's no room for it, it'll actually steal another sprite's slot if it can. It can't steal a sprite if the sprite is persistent. It can't steal their slot, but for shells, for example, it can. And in this case, the shell, I think, is in the highest sprite slot. The green shell is in the highest sprite slot. So it's going to steal the green shell's slot. So in other words, when it comes on screen, the green shell is going to despawn, and the gold tape is going to spawn in its place. See? But if the green shell is on Yoshi's tongue when the gold tape comes on screen, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Please scroll the screen. There we go. Okay. Okay, I want to hold forward and frame advance. There we go. So the gold tape's going to come on screen, and because it stole the green shell's slot, but the green shell was on Yoshi's tongue, once again it warps onto his tongue. I've already shown how you can do this in a different way. But that's another way you can do it with the gold tape. So you can actually swallow the gold tape, which means I can no longer finish the level. And also you can actually activate the gold tape while it's on Yoshi's tongue like that. The gold tape and the trigger for the end of the level are actually separate, but they spawn together. So in this case, since the gold tape is spawning on Yoshi's tongue, the trigger for the end of the level is also spawning on Yoshi's tongue. I'm trying to activate it, but it's not easy to do. But anyway, that's just something silly you can do. And there's more glitchy stuff you can do with the gold tape. Like, for example, if it's in Yoshi's mouth, please, hang on a second. Sorry about that, I had to pause the recording for a sec. But anyway, as I was saying, if it's in Yoshi's mouth when the gold tape comes on screen, the gold tape will still replace it, which means if I spit this out, it'll actually spit out the gold tape. So you could see, when I spit it out, it looks kind of glitchy, like it comes out as this weird, flashing thing that bounces off the wall. And actually, if you spit it out without, spitting it forward like that, and just kind of drop it, like that. There we go, that's a little easier to handle. So you can see it looks like this weird key thing, but it's not actually a key, that's just a graphical glitch. And every sprite in the game has a stunned state, even if it's a sprite you normally can't stun. But when you spit something out of Yoshi's mouth, it always gets forced into its stun state. So what you see here is the stunned version of the gold tape. And you can also see a pair of eyes inside of it, kind of like when a Koopa is about to spawn, or kind of like when a shell is about to spawn a Koopa out of it, it has eyes inside of it. Well, it's basically the same thing, and I also showed how, a P-switch can spawn a fish. Well, you can get a gold tape to spawn a red Paracoopa, which looks pretty silly. And, but anyway, since I spit out the gold tape, it's not over here anymore, which means I can't finish the level like that. I can't do anything with this gold tape. I can't, interact with it. Yoshi can't eat it or anything. But normally gold tapes are persistent sprites, but when it's in its stun state, it's actually not persistent, which means I can despawn it like that, just by going off screen, and then I can come back on screen from where it initially spawned, and it'll spawn like normal again. So anyway, that's just a silly way you can stun gold tapes Although I'll show another method of stunning sprites later on that works for other sprites as well, and it's a lot easier too. So anyway, that was that was Donut Secret 2, I guess, and that's I guess all I'm gonna do for now. So yeah, bye.